Hey guys, HDvee here and welcome to a brand new video. Today we've got some pretty interesting things to go over. We have some new updates to take a look at for the next Nintendo console, and as well as that we have some pretty cool Easter eggs that you might have missed from the Indigo Disk DLC. Some pretty cool things to break down and get into today. So if you're excited for the video, as always, make sure to drop a like down below. Let's try and hit 500 likes, it really helps out. Leave a comment with your thoughts on anything we cover in today's video. Subscribe if you're brand new for daily Pokemon content, ring the notification bell. With all of that out of the way though, let's get into the video and I really hope that you enjoy. So, starting things off, let's take a look at the new Nintendo Switch 2 updates, or whatever the next Nintendo console is going to be called. Massive shout out to Something Else. They are the person that compiled all of this information that, for whatever reason, has just gone under the radar, but we actually have like Japanese developers confirming that there's going to be a new Nintendo console this year and stuff, so it is obviously very, very close to an announcement now, but there's some pretty interesting things to take a look at. So yeah, massive shout out to Something Else. So something that's gone under the radar recently, but is pretty big, is some Japanese devs openly stating their excitement for new hardware next year, and some even straight up say Nintendo. So obviously they say next year, but this was posted on the 31st of December, so they're obviously referring to 2024. But yeah, some Japanese developers literally out and out saying that there's going to be a new Nintendo console this year basically means that, yeah, it must be imminent, this this reveal and stuff. Obviously, we covered the Nintendo Switch 2 a couple of days ago, and a leaker obviously spoke about the Bayonetta trilogy that was getting like remastered and stuff, and they also believed that the announcement was going to be before the end of March. And the fact that we're now having like Japanese developers coming out and saying, you know, there's definitely going to be a console this year, yada yada yada, it's just kind of all coming together to give us this Nintendo Switch console. So let's go over these quotes and stuff. So scroll down to question 4, 2024 aspirations. DeepL is much better translation service that I use for the relevant bit below. So this quote here is from, I'm not going to try and butcher the names because I'm going to get them wrong and I really do apologize, but this is the RE producer saying 2024 will also bring new consoles and more indie titles to look forward to. So they've confirmed that there's going to be new consoles this year. They haven't out and out said Nintendo in this quote, but you know, we know there's not going to be a PS6 or an Xbox 2 or whatever. So yeah, probably going to be talking about Nintendo in that comment there. And then below is from this person, which says Nintendo's new platform has been the focus of much attention. So they are out and out here just saying that Nintendo's new platform, which is obviously the Nintendo Switch 2, has been the focus of much attention. So this person here literally just leaked that yes, we are going to be getting a new Nintendo platform this year, which again is going to be the Nintendo Switch 2. And then next is from this person here, also KT under the 8th picture. So we look forward to seeing what new gaming platforms and their titles will bring to the table. So again, they're talking about 2024. They're looking forward to seeing what gaming platforms are going to be coming out, which obviously referring to the Nintendo Switch 2 as well. Like, some of them are kind of like dropping hints about it, and then some people are like, yeah, Nintendo's new platform's great. So it's quite funny, like, some people trying to be really secrecy about it, but yeah, it is what it is. Then we have this one here. So there are rumors of a new Switch, and I'm looking forward to seeing what kind of machine it will be. So yeah, this person here is saying, you know, there's rumors that there's going to be a Switch, and I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, I mean, this obviously confirms that the new Nintendo Switch is actually going to be coming out this year. And a lot of people are saying that, like, if it gets announced this year, then it can't also come out this year. Like, if it gets announced in 2024, it's going to come out in 2025. But there wasn't actually a massive release window for the original Nintendo Switch. That got announced, and then, like, it literally came out that year. But we have all of these developers that are literally working on games for the Nintendo Switch 2 saying it's coming out this year. So don't worry, it's going to get announced, and it's going to be released this year, the next Nintendo console. Again, it could get announced at the end of March, and then it might be out in like October or November or whatever, but it will be this year. So I don't know how that kind of affects the next Pokemon game and stuff. Like, I personally don't think the next Pokemon game will be on this next Nintendo console. Like, let's say that obviously Pokemon Day reveals a new Pokemon game and it's coming out in November, because that's usually when Pokemon games come out, and this next Nintendo Switch console is out in, like, let's just say September. They very well may make like a version for the original Nintendo Switch and then a version for the next Nintendo Switch, because when obviously the PlayStation 5 came out, a lot of companies were making like a version for the old for the PlayStation 4 and then a new version for the PlayStation 5. So they may do something similar to that. I think that's also quite unlikely. I think this year's Pokemon game will just be on the original OG console, and then maybe next year we might be venturing into, you know, maybe they're on both consoles or maybe just the new one, because as soon as Pokemon only starts making the games for the new console, everyone's going to have to buy one, otherwise they won't be playing the new Pokemon game. So, yeah, they have to be quite strategic with how they do it. They can't just be like, yep, Switch 1 is cancelled, everything's on the Switch 2 now, because that's just not a good transition. And they know that everybody can't afford a brand new console as soon as it comes out. So, yeah, I mean, Gen 10 will definitely be on the next Nintendo console. I don't think Gen 10 will be on the original Switch, because I just don't think the original Switch is going to be powerful enough to run it. We all saw how many bugs and issues Generation 9 has. So, yeah, Generation 10 is going to be even a bigger game, and for that to be on the original Switch, I just can't see that happening. But, again, Gen 10 is probably not going to be coming out until 2026, so they've got a few years yet until obviously that's a thing. And then all 4 quotes translated by DeepL and only relevant bits. We are now at the point that even third-party devs are getting antsy and openly hyping and showing excitement for Nintendo's next system. One even refers to it as a new Switch. So yeah, these are the basically the main quotes. So yeah, 2024 will also bring new consoles and more indie titles to look forward to. Nintendo's new platform has been focus of much attention. We look forward to seeing what new gaming platforms and their titles will bring to the table. And there are rumors of a new Switch, and I'm looking forward to seeing what kind of machine it will be. So yeah, they kind of also say that it is actually going to be a new Switch as well in that one, where they're like, oh, there's rumors there's a new Switch. So again, most likely going to be the Nintendo Switch 2 or the Nintendo Switch Pro or whatever they're going to call it, but it looks like it's just going to be a beefed up Nintendo Switch, which I think is fine. Like, the original Nintendo Switch is great at what it does. I just really want a more powerful version of it so we can play better games and stuff. But either way, that's all the Nintendo Switch 2 stuff. Again, we're probably going to be getting a lot of more information about this, rumors, yada yada yada, over the next couple of probably next couple of weeks and months and stuff, especially if we do get a Nintendo Direct in February. So yeah, we'll keep you up to date with everything, like stuff. Obviously, some rumors may not turn out to be true, but information like this, which is legit information from actual Japanese developers developing games for the next console, is obviously all legit stuff. So yeah, that's the Nintendo Switch 2 stuff. Let's move on to some pretty cool Easter eggs and pretty cool, just interesting things that have been found from the Indigo Disk. So we have Kayla here basically saying, can anyone confirm if this is true? So this was a comment left on one of her videos saying, my niece started a fire without beating the main game in the teal mask. She was able to go to the Blueberry Academy, and the crystal on the ceiling of the terrarium is a brownish color. I thought this was interesting. So is the orb / crystal on the terrarium ceiling a different color if you go there really early? And if so, are you able to terrestrialize in the terrarium when it's this color? So we actually had Jan kind of put this theory to the test and go to the terrarium in their save file where they have 0 badges, they've not completed anything, and yes, it has been confirmed that if you do go to the terrarium without doing anything, the crystal is literally brown, like it's not got the terrestrialized energy in it. So just booted up my 0 badge attempt to encounter Meloetta save file. Yes, the core is brown, likely due to Briar has not brought back any water from the crystal pool yet. And then you are still able to terrestrialize as normal even at this point in the game. Guess some dirt from Paldera is well enough to make the terrestrial phenomenon happen. So yeah, it's interesting they've included things like this. Like, I don't know, it's just mad. Like, the lore of this game really kind of, it really helps itself out, with, especially with like the diary entries and stuff when we kind of meet Turo or Sada on the crystal pool. Obviously that's all in there, but even the terrestrialized orb is not glowing if you've not done that part of the game as well, which is pretty interesting, because they also said on the website that you have to do the main game and the teal mask to be able to go to the Blueberry Academy, which we now know is not true. But yeah, I don't know, they've put this in there anyway. It's a bit mad. Anyway, that's the first Easter egg, and then the next thing that I wanted to go over, some really cool foreshadowing from a Pokemon X and Y, which is now obviously over 10 years old, which is ridiculous, but we have Soul Silver out here talking about this Synchro Machine foreshadowing. So once again, we see that Game Freak have ideas years in advance before actually implementing those ideas in a new Pokemon game. And actually, it seems they've had this idea since the beginning with Bill in Red and Blue, and I love this find. So yeah, a device that lets you become a Pokemon. Would anyone want to do that? So yeah, this was from X and Y over 10 years ago, and they've used this feature now. It wouldn't surprise me if they do go back through old games and kind of look at the text and stuff and being like, oh, we could actually make that a reality now. Because obviously back then they weren't able to make a Synchro Machine for Pokemon and X and Y. It just wouldn't really have been done. I mean, it might have been able to be doing it, but I think it was unlikely. But obviously now, with what they can do on the Switch, I think, yeah, those things are definitely more a reality. And yeah, it's happened with a lot of things. Like Muna was even referenced in like Gen 1, and that obviously didn't come out till, you know, Gen 5 and stuff. So yeah, things get referenced way back when and can still become a reality. So it'll be interesting if there's any other things that have been said in previous games that are in like Gen 10 or something like that. Maybe some like region hints or something. But either way, really cool finds there. So yeah, massive shout out to Icarus there for that find. And then obviously a massive shout out to Jan and Kayla for this, and then a massive shout out to something else for all this. But yeah, that's going to be everything for today's video. That's the latest news on the Nintendo Switch and some Easter eggs as well. So if you enjoyed the video, please do consider hitting the like button down below. Let's try and hit 500 likes. It does really help out. Leave a comment with your thoughts on anything we covered in today's video. Your thoughts on the Nintendo Switch stuff, the Easter eggs, and the Synchro Machine kind of Easter egg as well. Subscribe if you're brand new. Ring the notification bell. It's everything from me though. Have a fantastic rest of your day. And until next time, peace.